Hey there, what the frick is up? Welcome back to my channel. I want to immediately pause and say thank you so much for all of the support on this short that I posted. It's insane. It's so nice when I take a lot of time to do something and it actually gets even a sliver of attention, or I don't know. It's just a lot of the times I spend hours and hours and hours on these looks or videos or whatever it is, and it just isn't seen by anybody, so thank you. Today I wanted to turn myself into a broken doll. Well, I'll just put it here. This picture on Pinterest, which I sort of want to go off of and see what we can do. I'm going to walk you through every step along the way. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually just hop right on into it. Step number one is I'm going to sketch out the areas that I want to be ripped open. So I know I want one like up on my forehead. I'm using a lip liner for this, by the way, but you can use an eyeliner, whatever. Okay, so that's the one on my forehead. It sort of took me a couple tries because I ended up wanting it to be bigger. And then I want one on my cheek over here by literally just where like my bronzer would go, my cheekbone area. So that's sort of about where I want it to go. And then I do think I'm gonna do one on my collarbone, but I'll do that after I put like the outfit that I'm gonna wear on. I am testing out a new product today. I went to Spirit Halloween for the first time, and let me just say I wanted so many things, but I restrained myself. Anyways, this is the Mayron Rigid Collodion Scarring Liquid. It's pretty much that one you might have seen. People use it to like add an indent to their skin to make scars look more realistic. You do, I believe, this is my first time using this, so I don't really know. No, I literally went to Spirit Halloween and I wanted so many things. They had so much so many different Mayron products there, like face paints and stuff. I really like Mayron, and well, actually the only Mayron product that I have is their fake blood, but it's really good, and a lot of the creators that I have been watching regularly use Mayron products. Literally in the last long video that I made, I was saying thank you for 15k, and now I'm almost at 16. Dude, literally what? In my last makeup video that I did when I turned myself into a clown, by the way, I have turned myself into a clown again since then, and it turned out so good. Literally amazing, and yes, I did have accessories to go with it, which probably helped, but it turned out so good. I felt so cool in it. I am not going to be using face paint today, but I am going to be using, I guess I should say, a foundation that is lighter than my natural skin tone, but I am using this moisturizing foundation in this shade CO1 Very Fair Cool from Beauty Taurus. I don't know, I got it on TikTok Shop. I'm just gonna go in with a little brush like this. I am being careful around these scarring areas, tapping just really lightly on it because I don't want to disturb it too much. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna go in with some concealer. I'm using a very light concealer. This is the lightest concealer that I own. This is the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear Concealer in the shade 30H. It literally is basically white. And I am just going to go under my eyes with this. I'm also just going to use this concealer on my eyelids as eyeshadow primer. Now I'm going in with some powder. This is my trusty Coty Airspun Loose powder. I'm sorry, it's never done me wrong. Now I think I'm going to pause and work on the eyes. The most important thing with the eyes is that we need to make them seem bigger. So I'm going to show you how to do that without, like, I don't even have contacts or anything like that. So we're literally just working with what we have. I'm going to be going for a light blue eye. You can do whatever color you want. I'm just personally using light blue. I'm going to be using the Take Me Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics for this. And then I also might go in with a little bit of these colors from the Circus Nightmare palette by Delancey if I want to use a darker blue. I really like the colors in here. I'm going to take my light blue, and I really want to keep this in, wow, that was really pigmented. I want to keep this sort of in the center of my eye. So traditionally when I like to do my eyeshadow, I do more of like a wing shape because I think it's super flattering on my eyes. But this time we're going to keep it in the middle and blend it out like in a very round way, if that makes sense. Sort of like this. Now I'm going to do the same to the other eye. Ta-da! Super simple. Now for the under eye. I recommend using like a bronzer, an eyeliner. I'm going to be using just like a light brown shade for the sketching of this. I'm going to take a tiny little brush and I'm going to go under my eye around here, I think. You can do it bigger, smaller, whatever you personally want. And I'm going to draw a little like semicircle underneath my eye, making sure to connect it to right in your inner corner. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I have mine going here and around, so having it go a little bit more of like an oval shape, but you can do a pure circle, whatever you want. And then I'm just repeating that on the other side. Now that it looks like I haven't slept in 2 weeks, I'm going to take a small compact brush and the same color that I put on my eyelids, for me, light blue, but I don't know, you could have done pink. And I am going to start by just packing this along, creating a new lower lash line. Finally watched the new Superman movie last night and it was so good. So good. Unlike the top lid, however, for the lower lid, I am focusing the color on the outer part. This is looking a little bit creepy and I wasn't necessarily going for a creepy vibe. So I think I want a little bit more dimension in this, so I am gonna go in with some of that dark blue in this palette, which I actually got off of TikTok Shop. It is so good. I actually just requested a big pot of literally just this white shade because I've been using it so much and I'm scared I'm already gonna hit pan, even though I just got this a couple weeks ago. Anyways, I'm gonna go in with shade 10, which is this royal blue mermaid venom, and I am just going to add a little bit of dimension to this. Okie dokie. So there's the eyeshadow. Now we need to add the white. Now you can use face paint, you can use eyeliner if you have it. I'm just gonna use white eyeshadow. Again, this is that same palette, and I'm just going to pack the white all in this whole semicircle under my eye. Ta-da! So that's all I'm gonna do for my eyes until it's time for lashes, so let's move back on to the face. I don't really want to do bronzer because I feel like the cool tones is like part of the eerie vibe. So I think we are just going to do blush. I might change my mind and do contour, but we're going to start with just blush. A moment, Morphe sent me their entire line of Cheek Thrills face trios. Dude, literally, what is my life? So there's 7 of them, and I'm gonna use this one today because I feel like the hot pink is the vibe. So I'm gonna use the brush that they sent to go along with these, and I'm going to use the powder. There is a powder, like sparkly highlight, and a cream, but I'm definitely keeping this down by the apples of my cheeks for a very childlike look. Not to sound creepy, but it's a doll, so I think that's okay to say. Now we're gonna start on the part that out of all of this is gonna take the longest, which is the, you know, stitching. I want to just say scars, but it's technically not because I'm a doll. So I'm gonna show you how to do one of them, and then I'm gonna speed up the rest of them just for sake of not boring you. I'm gonna take a brown eyeliner. This one is by Can Make Tokyo. It's called their Slim Liquid Liner. This line comes all the way, I'm having it go all the way down my nose, and I'm actually gonna have it come all the way down to my lip. Take a deep breath and just go for it. That went way too well. So for these, I'm going to do X's all up along the part that is still technically sewn together. A little uneven, but that's fine. Once we add shading and stuff, it'll be fine. Now I am going to add the stitching all along here. Now, if the stitching is X's here, that means it's going to be half X's on either side. So that's one side, and then I'm going to duplicate that on the other side where they would technically line up if pushed together. Ta-da! How's that? How do I look? Now it's time for the shading, so you're gonna need some shades of brown, okay? Okay, so we're thinking about it like technically it's up, right? But it's not supposed to be. Sorry, I'm doing this in my brain. You have to like really picture the light direction and everything. So let's say the light is straight on. So if this is sewn together, it would technically be concave. It would be going in where the seam is. So this part right along the line is going to be dark, and then a little bit out more it's going to be light because it raises up, as if it's a super tight seam, so it's down and then it raises up. I don't really know how to explain it. So that part's easy. Now for these, you need to decide if you want it to be the opposite. I think I do, just because it would be sort of like coming out. And so if you make it shadow right up against the line, then it implies that it's still in, which doesn't technically make any sense. But neither does what I'm saying, so yeah. Now, a little goes a long way to make this illusion happen, so it's not like you need to go in with anything crazy. I'm literally going to start with this color here and just start going at it. So I'm starting right along the line, right, as you can see. And then as I get up towards the part where it's open, I'm actually going on the outside of where these stitches are. I'm literally making this up as I go. Okay, now that we have the darker section sort of lined up, I'm going to start by just going in with like a skin tone shade. So this is shade Sugar, but if I need lighter, then I can go in with a pure white as well, like we did under our eyes. So I'm going to start with this and pretty much do an inverted version of what we just did. So I'm going on the outside of where we shaded down here. This isn't going to be a harsh blend. Like, you want it to be super blended. I can literally hear my brother watching Spider-Man downstairs. My favorite Spider-Man is the first one, and Tobey Maguire is, in my opinion, Spider-Man. Okay, and then up here, I'm gonna have the lighter part be right up against the line so that this part looks like it's closer to you, and then this part is further from you. So this is sort of what it's looking like. I am going to go in and probably deepen up the stitches and things like that, but that's sort of how I'm going to go in on all the different shadings, and I'll see you when I'm done. This is sort of where we're at. Let's continue. I decided that I want to add some freckles, so I'm going to just use the same brown eyeliner and literally just add some dots and not make them look natural, really. I'm not going to add too many, but just a few. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. Love that. Okay. So, the next thing I want to do, or tackle at least, is my eyebrows. I want them to be thinner than they are, but I didn't want to go and do the whole like glue down the brows thing, because first of all, I think that's a little bit more advanced, and second of all, it takes forever. So I feel like if you're a makeup person, you probably have a brow glue or gel, I would say. So this is the Maybelline Super Lock brow glue. And what I'm gonna do, if you already have thin brows, like so perfect. I have a small little brush like this that came with like a brow lamination kit. And I am going to brush the top down and the bottom up. Here's the difference between my eyebrow before and my eyebrow after. Now the change is minor, but it makes a huge difference in the overall look, in my opinion. Ta-da! I'm just really dreading putting my lashes on, I can't lie to you. I've been putting lashes on so much lately. Okay, I just decided I'm gonna put my dress on. It's like a wider neck, so I'm gonna put that on and do the like stitching that I wanted to do on my collarbone, just using the exact same techniques. And I'm gonna be right back because I feel like at this point you sort of get how I did it. So I'm just gonna do it one more time, but on my collarbone. Hey! This is what I came up with for my little collarbone situation. I got my little dress on. It's from JJ's house, if you're interested. I've been doing this for 2 hours. Literally all the makeup I've been doing lately takes me like 2, 3, 4 hours. It like takes me forever. It's okay because they've been turning out pretty good. So we're gonna continue. Before I go in and add the fun stuff, which is the cotton balls, I am going to do some lashes. Now this is really gonna bring the eyes to life. If you have them, bring some little individual lashes out. I'm just gonna take this and put it directly onto my face because it's easier. This is super strong hold 3D eyelash adhesive, and I'm just going to take the eyelash and now I'm just gonna throw this right where I put the glue. Ta-da! I'm gonna add another one right next to it like that. I'm putting them more on the outside just to give it more of like a doll like look, but you can also do them more down. You can add another one if you want, but 2 is enough for me. I only know this because I did this literally yesterday. Ta-da! For lashes on the top, I am going to use these ones. I got this big pack of, I think it's 20 pairs off of TikTok Shop, and they're a little bit more like costumey, but because I've been doing like costumey stuff, they're freaking perfect. And I feel like these ones are very doll-like, so we're gonna use those. Ta-da! That's so cute. That is so cute. Okay, now we repeat. What's crazy is I've never been to a Halloween party. My sister used to host them at our house. Well, my family used to host them when my sister was in high school for all of her friends, and they went all out, and that felt like clubbing. Like intense clubbing to me. If you're still here and enjoying this video, get ready with me / tutorial, I guess, kind of. Definitely like this video. Wait for these to fully dry before putting mascara on or using an eyelash curler or anything like that. So what I'm gonna do, because this isn't like a hair tutorial, I'm going to pop my hair up in whatever I end up doing with my hair and let my battery charge a little bit. And when I come back, we are going to do the fun part finally, which is gluing cotton to my face. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that and everything. Here's the hair. Went for 2 little buns, which is so weird. I haven't had my hair like this since I was like 10 years old. And I am literally 21. So, what's not interesting? Okay, that aged me. I fear that aged me. 'Tis time. The easiest way to do this is going to be with liquid latex. It acts as an adhesive on the skin. I got this for $10 at Walmart. So, and it's like, this is a lot of liquid latex. Okay, I'm gonna start on this one right here because it's what you can see the easiest. I am just dipping my Q-tip into the liquid latex and applying it into the area where I want my stuffing to go. Start to just stick this on. Don't need a whole lot because I want to be able to still see that like shape, and if you add too much you'll lose the shape that you made. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I'm just going to sort of shape it a little bit. Oh, that looks so cool. I might need to go back in because I'm like losing some of the shading. I'm gonna repeat this process on all of the other spots that we have going on, and it is really gonna bring this to life. I have all of it glued down, and I went around and just like peeled off all the sides so that they were clean looking, and it's looking pretty good. Like I said, I do think that I need to go back in and add some more shadows. So I'm gonna go in with this by Morphe that they also sent me, bro. What? They sent me their full line of, what are these called? Soft Glow Veil Cloud Light Powders. And obviously I'm pale, so the darker colors are too dark for me, so I've been using them as bronzers, and they are so good. So I think I'm gonna use this. I know it's not the same as the one I used before, but I think it's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna go in with some here. This one's in the shade Golden Hour, in case you're curious for whatever reason. And I am going to go along the edges here. I think that looks way better. I think that looks way better. What do you think? Let me know. Not that I can hear you, but I can feel your presence, and that's all that matters. But I do want to add a little bit of a fake line, like actual lash line, just a little bit with this same bronzer. Just add that dimension a little bit. It looks a little bit flat. You know what? I think I need to use eyeliner. This is my go-to black liquid eyeliner at the moment. This is by Make Cheer. Came in a pack of 3 of these. They're small, but it's pretty nice if you ask me. Now let's just hope I can do this. That's perfect. Sorry, I literally cannot talk while doing this. This is why I don't do things. Hold on. I don't hate that. That's fine. Now for lips, I'm gonna do something super natural because I feel like doll lips are usually like non-existent, but I need something. So we're gonna do it super simple. I'm just gonna use this. Got it on a TikTok Shop, but I don't know, like the name wraps all the way around and I don't know which letter is the first letter, so I can't even tell you. That sounds stupid, but if you have this, you know what I mean. So I am just going to I probably could have done like an ombre lip now that I think about it. I'm just gonna tap out the edges. Cute! That's the makeup, y'all. Hold on. I'm adding some cutie little earrings. Here's the look. Oh, I think this turned out so good. Anyways, this is the full look. Here's some close-ups. So here's the cheek. Got some freckles, the extended eyes, of course, the forehead, the neck, and the chest wound as well. So that is how you can do a torn up doll. Now, yes, this took me 3 hours. Does that mean it's going to take you that long? No, it doesn't. I take forever. And here's the dress from JJ's house that I'm wearing with it. It goes very well together. That's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. Let me know if there's any specific looks I should do next, or if there's any movies or anything you want me to react to. I'm not giving up on the reactions either, don't you worry. Thank you for all the love and support. Appreciate it always. If you really like what I'm doing, I post a lot more frequently on my other social medias like Instagram and TikTok, so you can go check me out on those as well, just at Cassidy Lee Quinn. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Here's again the finished look. And I'll see you all around. Bye!